Hello everyone and welcome to another Tempo Storm Battlegrounds video. In this video, we'll be giving you 4 tips that can instantly improve your rank as you battle in the tavern. Since Battlegrounds is Hearthstone's newest game mode, there's a bit of a learning curve to it since we've never seen anything like this before in the client. If you're struggling to rank up, frequently finding yourself outside of the top 4, or just looking to add some extra knowledge to your Battlegrounds game, then you've come to the right place. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Tempo Storm Hearthstone YouTube channel to keep up to date on the latest developments in Battlegrounds and our other Hearthstone content. One of the most important things to learn when you're trying to improve at Battlegrounds is to always level up your tavern on turn 2. If you're new to Battlegrounds or just started playing, you may have noticed that other players will frequently level up on turn 2. Buying a second unit and re-rolling the minion offerings is a common mistake new players to the mode make. So why should you level up and not look for an extra unit? When you start your second turn, you'll have exactly 4 gold, which is the cost to upgrade the tavern on turn 2. If you buy a unit here, you'll only be getting a 1-star unit, which could win you the second round, but this puts you behind in development. If you skip buying a 1-star unit on turn 2, you may lose out on a unit immediately, but all of your following turns will be much more powerful since you'll be able to find a 2-star unit each turn after that. Using your gold efficiently to set up your upcoming turns is an important part of Battlegrounds, and there's no better turn to start doing this than turn 2. It may seem attractive to re-roll a bit aggressively to try and find early triples, but using this strategy can easily leave you behind in development. Finding triples can be very powerful since it upgrades a minion into its powerful counterpart and grants a free minion card, but using early gold to look for them is a dangerous game. You should prioritize buying the best statted minions in the early game over basically everything else. If you were fortunate enough to buy a token producer on turn 1, then it can definitely be a good idea to sell a token to buy 2 units on turn 3. This will help to give you a solid board presence that will help protect your health total, which will give you more breathing room to level your tavern and build a powerful team. On turn 4, if you spend your gold re-rolling and looking for duplicate minions, you waste out on potential board development. If you buy 2 minions instead of re-rolling here, you're far more likely to put yourself in a good position to move into the late game with a decent team. You want to be deliberate with your gold since it's the most important resource you have early on in the game. If you waste gold aggressively looking for duplicates and triples, you're very likely to end up behind your opponents in board development, which can lead to a nasty snowball effect that you may not recover from. Buy Nightmare Amalgam. This tip may be a bit simplistic, but Amalgam is arguably the strongest pound-for-pound minion in the game. It can round out any team composition cleanly and serves as a target for any buff in the game. From Overseers to Clunkers to Magicians and even Toxfins, Amalgam can carry any buff effect even if the rest of your team couldn't. This makes purchasing rounds extremely flexible if you have access to one of these minions, as you can buy minions that would otherwise be useless, Clunker if you have an otherwise all-beast team. Amalgam also helps to make Lightfang Enforcer an absolute all-star, almost regardless of what the rest of your team looks like. For example, if you have 2 Amalgams, a mech, and a beast, Lightfang Enforcer will distribute the buffs for Demon and Murloc among your 2 Amalgams before the mech and beast buffs, which really makes Enforcer shine. This, of course, works with cards like Menagerie Magician and Zubat, but a fully optimized Enforcer buff is definitely the ideal scenario. Finally though, the late game dream with Amalgam is to be able to buy a Toxaphene to give your Amalgam poisonous, and to buy an Annoyo module to give it Divine Shield and Taunt. This makes for a deadly taunt minion that can be difficult to remove and kills anything without Divine Shield that attacks into it, which can win combat almost single-handedly. The final tip we have for you is to learn what minions are in each tier of the tavern. This may seem a bit obvious, but you might be surprised just how many players play Battlegrounds without knowing all of the minions at each tier level. Learning the minions can help you make decisions on what to level up and at what various stages of the game. As a general rule of thumb, you'll want to level up with 4 gold on turn 2 and at 7 gold on turn 5, but after that it starts to depend on what your team looks like and what you need. Have you picked up a Nightmare Amalgam and are looking to make it into a big taunt with poisonous? You'll need to level up to tier 4 to look for Annoyo module and Toxfin. Do you have a beast comp that needs a little extra mid-game power to put it over the top? You may want to level up to Tavern tier 5 to look for Gold Rin, or if you're in the late stages of the game, you may want to level up to tier 6 and look for that elusive but powerful Mama Bear. If you're facing down junk bots or other late game carry minions, you'll probably want to level up to 6 and try to find a zap to take out those pesky minions at the start of combat. We've included a link to the official Battlegrounds minion and hero list in the description for your convenience. Thank you for watching this latest Tempo Storm Battlegrounds video. There's a lot of complexity to this new game mode, so we hope we've helped make it a bit easier with these 4 tips to improve your play. Remember, if you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date when new videos are released, be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to stay notified when we post a new video. See you next time!